Hey guys, how's it going? It's me, Chris, here at the Rockabilly Customs channel, and I'm in my favorite city that we've lived out for about 3 years. Then we had to move back to start our family. I'm currently up in Edmond, Oklahoma, which it is the north side of OKC. So I tell the truth, I cannot wait to move back because I miss this city so bad. I just love the 405. Okay, but do I have a treat for y'all? I am actually going to go over to Diabolical 58, and we're going to go look at his 1958 Plymouth Fury that it's been completely customized. So I reached out to him just like a week ago or so during a podcast, asking him, hey man, I'm going to be coming up to Edmond. Is there a way I can come by and just check out your car and all that stuff? He's like, yeah dude, here you go. He gave me his number and he gave me his address. I'm about 15 minutes away, so let's head up there and go. So while I'm doing that, my wife and my daughter is going to be at the Quail Spring Mall. She's shopping around while my daughter's asleep, so she's pushing around in the car carrier or the stroller. Sorry about that. Her phone's turned up, so, and she has it on her. She has plenty of money with her, so if she finds anything, she can gladly go buy what she wants. And also, if she needs something, she has the phone with her. So now off to go to Diabolical 58's house, where the 58 Plymouth Fury sets.
Oh, don't interview me on it now.
I was looking at this beautiful 58 Fury. Yeah, when TP talked about you, I was like, dude, I gotta find this guy. Yeah. I didn't live more than 20 minutes from you. Here just a few years ago.
Huh.
I lived over there by Lake Hefner.
Oh, okay.
And I drove my Maverick everywhere around here. So, yeah, I can tell you're not done with it.
No.
But just to find one that you got this much work done to it, it's just hard to do.
It's probably the most advanced and had the most work and probably money on it than any other one out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking off your Instagram, just seeing all the work you've done to it. And that video went through, like how you got the spark wires going to the fender well.
Yeah. Yeah. I raised it up. You can look underneath it or whatever. But this is all the way up.
Gotcha. Yeah. See if I can get under there.
It may be a little dirty, the cobwebs and stuff, but you can see.
Dude, it's still, that's a heck of a cleaner than I've seen anything. This frame looks beautiful.
I've had the hood up for so long, I gotta replace the shocks on this thing.
Yeah. Now is this like a Hellcat motor? Or?
No, it's a kind of a hybrid, but it's not a Hellcat.
Gotcha.
Should make 515 in the wheels.
Nice.
It does run.
Right.
I've never drove the car. It does start, but I've never even put it in drive yet. I don't even know if it even start right now. The battery's probably dead on it, and I haven't even tried it in months.
Wow, this thing is just sick looking.
So we custom made all the hood brace.
Yep. That's what I'm going to do to my Impala. My Impala has holes in the hood. And the inner structure's gone.
I got you.
It's been sitting in the junkyard for about, I think, 20 or 30 years.
Huh.
So.
Yeah, there's a few things we still got to do on this, but I'm trying to let all the body work kind of settle.
Right.
You know? And the other thing, the next step is to blow it all apart. So I'm not really too happy about that because it's been taking 5 years to get to this point.
Yep.
And to dissect, tear everything down and paint and chrome or whatever I'm going to do on everything is going to be an absolute nightmare. I mean, it's going to spread out thousands of pieces again. So.
And is that the factory airbox in it?
That's the factory heat and air, or the factory heat box.
Nice.
And this car does have air conditioning too.
Yeah.
These cars don't necessarily come with air conditioning.
No, it was more
So
like roll the window down back then.
Yeah, I put vintage AC in it, and it's actually in the trunk.
No, how the heck do you do that?
So it's all in the trunk, and everything comes forward.
Oh, the pieces are back there, or is it already plumbed and right?
You can kind of see it. You can kind of see it this other side.
Oh, yeah, that's the ducts that I was seeing, the tubes.
So the ductwork will actually, you can kind of half see it. There's going to be, you see where the tubes go down now.
Yep.
I've got trim and stuff in here because I've been trying to store. I really haven't worked on the car in at least 6 months.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a false floor that covers this trans tunnel that, because it's kind of like a power glide. They get really, this thing don't have a power glide, but it's got a 727, but the trans tunnel is really short.
Yep.
And I wanted to even it out because I have bucket seats that go in the car, and I don't want the trans tunnel to go down and then manipulate what I want to do for a console. So it's going to kind of widen it, where it gets, skinny.
Yeah.
And the ducting is going to go through this false tunnel on the top. It's going to exit out the console, and then it's going to exit out the floor below the back seat.
That's going to be cool once you get it done.
And so like all the gauges and all that stuff are all,
yep.
Oh, the battery's disconnected on it. But yeah, the gauges all restored, steering wheel's all restored.
Yeah.
We had to convert the steering wheel to a GM pattern, I guess, on a spline.
Yeah.
Because of it's got I did it column in it now with tilt.
Yeah, because before then it was just like if you get into a wreck or anything,
it had a straight column that went straight to the gearbox.
Yeah.
That'll kill you.
Yeah.
If you get in a wreck.
I think my Maverick has collapsible one in it.
Oh really?
My grandfather switched it out whenever he put the second inline six in it. Now it has the 302 in it.
Oh wow.
So, like I said, it's just a beautiful car.
Yeah, I'll get you some light. You can kind of see in the inner fender well.
Yeah, I've only seen one Fury, and it was, I can't remember what number it was off of the movie Christine, but it was at that Cars and Hamburger joint they have in Norman.
Is that thing still on?
Yeah.
Home?
Yeah. Yeah, that Impala, we're going to bag it as soon as I can. Oh wow, this thing looks nice lowered like this. And does it set on the frame?
The trans cross member and everything sitting on the ground.
Wow.
Part of the trans.
Dang, this thing is so nice looking. It's gonna be one hell of a car once it's fully done. What color are you thinking of going with it?
It's gonna be a bright red.
It's gonna look beautiful, definitely. That Impala I've already got the paint figured out. It's gonna be purple rain metallic.
Cool.
Get all the chrome shined up and obviously have it redundant since I'm not gonna powder it.
Just what you can do. Do something different. You can take all the all that trim is all aluminum.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, you can actually just go in there and carefully Scotch-Brite it straight lines and have like a brushed look to it, and not have to spend all the money on the trim.
Yeah, because that's the one thing I just don't have don't have a lot of money to build one of these cars, so I'm literally doing everything myself.
I don't have no money after building part of this car, so yeah, I totally understand.
Yep. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that it was drivable, cause what I'm going to try to do is, I'm waiting to see when Hot Rod announces their next route for their power tour next year, and I'm going to talk to Thunderhead 289, Luke, stuff with Cletus, and a few others. We're all possibly going to team up and just go cruise the power tour. So, which I'll tell you, I thought I'd be scared to drive this thing. From the people, how they drive.
Yeah. See, I was telling you about the wheels.
Yeah, you don't know. They hate it really good.
It looks just like a regular old car now.
Yep.
The fenders, the body lines and the fenders cover this car where it's pretty, incognito.
Yep, it does.
You would never think that wide of a tire was underneath this car.
And
that's how I like to do my shit. I like to do.
Where it's just not like in your face, nothing's like hidden.
I mean, you can film underneath there or whatever. Yeah. It don't matter. It's got.
Take the phone, have a light in here. Yeah, that's
probably cobwebs.
A little bit, but yeah, it's still like damn.
It's got a strange 4.9" in it.
Nice.
Everything's new. It's got Willwood 6-piston.
Yep, I saw the Willwood master cylinder on it, so I know you'd have the.
It's got big brakes and everything else.
Yeah, like I said, the amount of work that's done to this thing, which you're going to have to pull it apart and paint the frame and all that.
Yep.
So.
And you can kind of see the front again. It's low.
Oh yeah, it is. I mean, this is exactly how I want the Impala to ride. I want it to be as low as possible. Just wow.
But you can only really get this low like this and, make it drivable.
Yep.
Basically being a chassis car. And this is what this is.
Yep.
A full chassis car. I mean, you can clip them and whatever. But, this thing was designed and engineered, to do to be this low and drive. And, with Art Morrison, helping me out on this deal, these frames, these frames will actually out-handle as far as G's than a 488 Ferrari.
Wow.
They engineer them so well.
See, I was kind of thinking about with the X frame that the Impalas have. I didn't know if maybe I could go through there and change the frame up. I've seen it where people add bracing going down the side of it.
But there's the other problem. You have to eliminate the whole floor because the reason they did the X bracing is so the seats come down in the pan.
Yeah, that's the thing I was thinking about.
So if you put a straight frame on it, then that goes right through the middle of it. That's why you see.
Could you not channel the floor?
Well, I mean, you're still gonna have to have your frame come up through there.
Yeah, where you have your floor, like your frame's right there, but you have your floor, it goes like over, up.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
Something like that. That's what I was thinking about doing, because the one thing I've seen about with Impalas is they tend to twist. So I didn't know it was something. I know 500, 600 horses is not that much nowadays, but I don't know if that's enough for a frame back there to go and then your tires lift off the ground because it's over twisted. I don't know. I just like I said, because we're going to go ahead and it's been sitting in the junkyard for that long. Oh, I'm pulling that body off that frame.
Yeah.
I'm not going to drive that frame thinking, oh, it's fine, and then find out, hit a bump, dink.
Yeah.
Just breaks in half.
There was like I said, mainly all the stuff that's kind of done this car that's just what I wanted,
Right.
I wanted a new car under all this skin, and it was extremely difficult. I mean, there's 4,000. I mean, there's a receipt book right there. So there's probably 4,000 some hours in this car between all of us. And
Oh
then,
yeah.
The car's under warranty, the paint body's under warranty, the motor's under warranty, the supercharger's under, the trans is under warranty, the rear end, the chassis, the wheels, everything. This is essentially a brand new car that I literally could pull up to a dealership and have them work on the car if I needed something, if I was on the road somewhere with it.
Yep.
And something broke, I can hook up my scanner to it and figure out what's going on and R&R the part, essentially. I probably wouldn't want their part that I had on there because we've went through and, cleaned up all of Mopar's parts because the whole motor and the trans, it's got a gear vendor's overdrive in it too. It turns it to a 6-speed.
Yep.
The motor, the trans, everything has been sanded smooth. There's no casting marks on this whole motor.
Oh wow.
So it's completely flat.
Yep.
And I don't know how many hours we got in that, hundreds, and you cannot tell. That's what's stupid. We thought it'd show a little bit more.
Yeah.
That's what we try to do on all the cars anyway. Any cars I've been involved in or helped out on, we smooth everything and take all the lettering off, whatever. And you body work it just as much as the rest of the car, and that's what's all under the drive line.
Yep.
Done too. There's pictures on my Instagram of all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, I was going through looking at it. It's
so like I said, I wanted a car that can go down the road. You can drive this low. It's engineered to go this low.
Yep.
It's going to have to come up some to drive. Obviously,
yeah, because roads in Oklahoma suck.
Yeah. And the transmission sitting on the ground.
Yeah.
So.
But pulling up to like a car meet or a car show or something, lay it straight on the frame. That's what's cool.
You could drive. You could pull up somewhere with the rear being as low as it is. Probably a little bit bouncy.
Yeah.
Front needs to come up maybe about an inch and a half. But having an engineered chassis, with this, all my, like an X-frame car, the worst thing about an X-frame car is the exhaust on them, because they all got to come out.
Yep.
Around the X-frame, usually. Or depending on how you do it, you start changing headers or whatever else.
Yeah, because
it gets real tight in the middle.
Yep, I want to put that LS3 that goes in. I want to do long tube headers, which being an LS swap, that might be extremely difficult to do. But I'm willing to start chopping and redoing parts of the floor or parts of the firewall or whatever to make that go through. But then once I get away from the header to the collection pipe, I want to do the oval pipe. So therefore you can get it to where it's tucking up in there.
You can get it a little bit more clearance on an X-frame car like that. It does. Everything helps. Is it going to completely? It should be fine. But when you're trying to get as low as this car is.
Yep. Well, this, like I said, this is how low I want my Impala to be.
And then the exhaust is a big issue on it.
Yes.
And the exhaust is completely up from the frame. It's completely.
Yeah, you can see it where it's going through the frame.
Yeah, it's completely hidden in there. In some sense, where you don't have. That's what I'm saying. An engineered chassis is. This car is exactly built to sit like this. It's built to drive like this, and you don't have all these clearance problems. Doing it from a factory frame. And if you need it on a factory frame, of course you can. But this takes a lot of the guesswork out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's brand new.
Yeah.
And it'll ride and handle. It's got a rack and pinion on it. It'll handle and drive like a brand new car. So.
See, that's exactly how I want all mine to be. I want them to look like their old original ones, except for just clean them up a bit, clean the gaps up on them, make sure they don't rattle in some areas, and go back and fix stuff that wasn't available back then.
Yeah.
But underneath the skin and underneath into the motor and powertrain, I want it to be absolutely brand new. Even if it's a carbureted setup, I want to have a new carburetor. Like my people are astonished on my Maverick. I can just go flip the ignition switch, turn fuel on. Just pump it once and it starts right up. Does not die. It's just because I got it. It's a 754 barrel Holly Performance Edition with fuel pump on it. Right. That's really it. I don't have no return line or nothing. Probably did it wrong. Of course, I was 17 doing it. It's my first engine ever built. But it's been working for me for over ever since then, and I'm 30 now. So
yeah,
I mean, it's smoking. Of course, I've raced that car down how many damn times. I've been stupid in that car, but she's good and reliable.
Right.
So, but yeah, my wife just messaged me saying that they're closing the stores, so I gotta go pick her up.
Glad to have you over.
Yes, sir. Likewise, and we're up at the city quite often, so. Okay, guys, I am back home now from OKC, and like I said in the beginning, I do wish I lived back in OKC, because when we lived up there, my wife and I had so much fun. Seeing so many cars, the shopping was so much better, the opportunities were so much better, so there's just endless possibilities. So, but we moved back down here to Durant here about 3 or 4 years ago, so we could start our family, because down here is where my family were at, and her family is also at. So they've been real helpful and all that, so we're still going to stay here. We just have not figured out exactly if we're going to stay here or move somewhere else, but I just know OKC, that area is just where we have the most fun at. So who knows here next few years where we end up at. But saying that, seeing Diabolical's 58, seeing his 58 Plymouth Fury is just incredible, even though he's not finished with it, as y'all could tell. But still, the amount of work he has in it, oh my God, has been so much work. It's like, seeing something like that is making me think different on my cars and put more into it. Now, getting the 64 Impala, it's just, I'm definitely gonna look at it different from trying to do like the Maverick that's sitting right there, and then when I pull the S10 in to do that one, that's gonna be different too. So I'm starting to look at these cars more as not just a toy that you have on the weekends or something like to go have fun in, but more as an art piece. So now, granted, I don't have a big fancy shop. My shop actually looks like this. Okay, I got someone giving me the 10 for the front doors, so the only thing I do is fill up that spot way up there, and I'm just gonna go get a board that's 14 feet, or the board's like 14, I don't know, I'm going to see if I can get something longer, because that's get 19 feet long from there to there, and that will fill that spot up. Then I'll have my doors, and I'm going to have the 10 here. But when I go get the Impala, that's when I go get the trailer, and when I get the trailer, that's when I can load up the 10 and bring it by here, drop the 10 off, and then I can go get my Impala. But first I gotta get the money made up for the Impala. But yeah, I don't have a fancy shop. I don't have these fancy tools. I don't have nothing really. I got stuff. Thank God Harbor Freight's around, because that's most of my tools are from Harbor Freight. If not, they're from deals that I got in the past. And y'all see all this foam? Well, this tin cost me 20 bucks to get all of it, and it was just old tin, and I pieced it together, and the gaps I used spray foam in them. So therefore, only reason it leaks in there is the very bottom. It's not fastened or sealed to the ground. I still need to do that. So, but as far as running down, no water gets in there now from running down, except for where my windows are, and I need to go get the plexiglass to go in the windows. So as far as like my door, like I said, just go, and the wood, all the wood in here is free. I had a buddy that said he just had this laying in a pile. He was actually going to burn it, but he told me, just come get what you need. So I got all the wood to do all the framework for this thing, and how I did it was I got some long pieces that go on every 8 feet, and like this is one of them that's going up to the rafters that come in out where the gutter would hook onto, but then there's a board going all the way across there, so therefore I have this can go and sandwich down there on the concrete and go up there, and I can screw it in. And then I took the boards here and went across there at the very top, because these small ones butted up there and put it like that, and then the tin just fastened to it. So literally I got 20 plus another 20. I got under $50 tied into the shop right now. So, and that is paint and tin, and I still got paint. I still need to paint it, but I just quickly did a light coat of white just to make it blend in until I get to where like it's completely sealed up. Then I'm going to actually go over the spray and spray it. But again, that's what I'm saying. I don't have the money to put thousands of dollars into these cars. I don't have the money to go buy the most fanciest, expensive tools. I mean, there's a list of tools out there I need still. I need to get my sandblaster fixed. I need a sandblasting cabinet. I need a press, a hydraulic press. And thank God they sell that stuff at Harbor Freight, but still, we're talking like $200 for the cabinet and probably $150 for the press, the shop press. And yeah, that just takes time to make the money up to go buy that stuff. So, but from the cars that I do work on, I do what I can with what I can, and they acknowledge on how to build it. So, and I tell the truth, I've seen some of the most coolest looking rides out there from people that just do what they can. Stuff that they got laying around the house and what they can afford and build with just using their two hands. Those are some of the coolest rides I've ever seen. And that's kind of how I'm doing it. So, will I ever have a big shop? Will I have lifts? Will I have a paint a booth and everything? Who knows? I might. I really want that. I really want to work towards that. When I become the YouTuber I want to be, I will have that shop, that dream shop of mine, which I guarantee you, every one of y'all out there that work on cars, y'all have a dream shop that y'all want. So, man, I drifted off from talking about the kind of interview with Diabolical, with John. Again, guys, go show him some support. Let's get him up there. Let's get him over 1,000. Let's keep him growing. His 58 Fury that he has, it's nowhere near done, but what he has done to it so far, it's incredible. It's a beautiful work of art. So we're all in this together as YouTubers, automotive YouTubers. So again, his link's going to be in the description, and hell, I'm going to see if I can put his link right there. And yeah, that was my first one I actually went to go see and collab with. That is awesome. So, okay, guys, I'm going to get out of here and get ready for the podcast for tonight because it's Sunday. So, I'll see you over on 615's Customs podcast or Robert's Garage's podcast. One of those. So, okay, guys, talk to you later. Bye.